What is this? Welcome to the show. This is a brand new show. This is the first episode of a brand new show. Trying to keep things relatively low key though. This is not meant to be a grand event, just, another video where I'm talking about video games. This week's subject, looking at the question, is this crazy? Something I've asked myself frequently, more and more often, is this crazy? Because here's what I think. I think right now, at this very moment, we may be living in one of the craziest times in video game history, if you remove everything else. And that's the thing, is you can't remove everything else. We're in the pandemic times. We are still in them. And throughout these times, I've kind of, frankly, lost my damn mind. It's hard for me to judge what's crazy anymore. My enamel has worn off. The enamel that was protecting whatever I thought reality was is all gone. I drank too much soda. So it's hard for me to be a critic. It's hard for me to critique the things that I perceive. Fortunately, I have this. Now this is, come on up. There we go. This is pretty cool. This is a very early digital assistant from the year 2016. I think a lot of people forget how big these used to be. So I stole this from Game Trailers the day that I left. It has not been updated since 2016. Think of this opportunity. Think of all the life trash you went through throughout the last 5 years. She hasn't seen any of it. So I figured I can ask this thing. Her name's Caitlin, by the way. I figured I could ask Caitlin various questions, and then she could impartially determine whether they're crazy or not, to test it out. Caitlin, the best-selling game on Nintendo's current console is Mario Kart. Is that crazy?
That is plausible.
Caitlin, Luigi has a goatee now. Is that crazy?
That is implausible.
Bingo. Okay, so this works. So, Caitlin, this first one, I think, is very crazy. I think this is insane. I've been wanting to talk about this with you, Caitlin. Earlier this year, Xbox bought ZeniMax Media, which is a holding company which owns Bethesda, and not just that, but Arcane and id Software and Machine Games, effectively turning Fallout and Elder Scrolls and Doom and Wolfenstein into Xbox exclusive series. Is that crazy?
That is fucking bonkers.
Yes, Caitlin. Thank you. I knew this was fucking bonkers. Okay, I knew, because this is to me one of the biggest headlines in video games in decades. And yet, I don't sincerely feel it's a huge story. I don't feel like it's a big deal in my heart. And Microsoft didn't do nothing. They put together this promotional sizzle reel. It gets to this point where it says, first we were fans. Now we're family. Caitlin, is that crazy?
That is very weird.
Okay. So by the end of this trailer, this commercial, I guess, it all feels normal already. By the end of all this, I feel more inclined to just be an adult and be like, yes, actually, that's a smart buy. This will help bolster their Game Pass service. And so maybe it's just not crazy because we've been leading up to this. Caitlin. Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass is this thing where you can pay $10 a month. $1 for your first month if you want to just try it out. To have access to, and you could be on your Xbox or your PC. You have access to this huge library of games, but this library includes every single Xbox first party game day one. The day it comes out.
That is gachonkalis.
And you're from 2016? Caitlin, you don't even know. You don't even know that every single Xbox game also comes out on PC at the same time. There's no such thing as an Xbox exclusive game anymore. Is that crazy?
That is just madness.
Oh, I get this. MLB The Show, the baseball game Sony always makes? 15 years straight, PlayStation exclusive. This year, it's on Xbox and PC too. And remember Game Pass I was just talking about? That game's on Game Pass day one this week.
That is perverse.
It is, Caitlin. That's a good word. It's perverse. And the best thing is Sony didn't even know about it. They couldn't do a thing about it. It was just MLB and Xbox here, and Sony had no idea. But like, I don't know, Caitlin, I can't even write a tweet about it. I was gonna say, like, it looks like Xbox stole first. Oh, but how about this, Caitlin? This is kind of exciting. So Call of Duty, still a bestseller year in, year out. One of, if not the best-selling video game every year. It's still huge, Caitlin. Its biggest, most popular multiplayer mode is free-to-play.
That is meh.
I'm sorry, Caitlin, what?
That is meh.
Okay. Okay, then you know. Yeah, it's Call of Duty, who cares? Valve. Valve made a new Half-Life game. And it is VR exclusive.
That is cool if you were into that stuff.
Okay, because I know last time you were awake, there's at least still a decade of people begging for Half-Life 3. Okay. This'll be good, Caitlin. Okay. You know Sonic the Hedgehog? Let's be generous. He's like 25 years past his peak popularity. Last year, there was a Sonic the Hedgehog movie with Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. And it was a big success, and they're currently filming the sequel, and Tails and Knuckles are in it.
That is a normal sounding thing to me.
It happened. It happened to Caitlin too. She's now as useless as anyone else from the year 2021. So I think part of it is we've all been through a year of a pandemic, right? We've all had part of our brain fizzled that will probably never come back. But also, I think part of this is just natural conditioning. If a wild thing happens, we're going to react to that, but then we're going to accept that into what we perceive as reality. And then another wild thing happens, and we react to it, but then again, this is what we perceive is, and what we presume will be. And then when another wild thing happens, it's like, yeah, we know. We know. And then we just have a big old wild basket that has become our reality. It's hard to surprise us. Look, I don't know you. I'm making a lot of presumptions about you. Maybe you're easily excitable, but I feel there's nothing. There's no way. There's not a thing that could be added to Fortnite that will surprise you. Think about that. Think about Fortnite is surprised out, dude. Like, let's talk about Shrek. Baby. Shrek is inevitable. Shrek is going to come to Fortnite. It's just a matter of time. Shrek is technically an escalation. Shrek is technically weirder than Lara Croft. But at this point, the pool is so full of fruity pebbles, Shrek gets lost. I can't see him. And I think that's where we're at with everything. Not just Fortnite. Everything is Fortnite. Everything is fruity pebbles. We live in the craziest time in video games, maybe, but because everything is crazy, nothing is crazy. We have all become the Joker. And so I think that Caitlin, out of the box, is actually not that valuable.
Excuse me, that hurts.
It's true, Caitlin. You can't shut your eyes and ears for 5 years and then just act like everything's the same. I don't think, truthfully, anything will make me do this or this again. And I'm not lamenting that. I'm not saying go crazier so I can go crazier. I want a crazy world again. I'm saying I appreciate it when it's kind of acknowledged, when there's a low-key vibe. Because I want to be clear, I think you can still be excited about something without being surprised about it. What I would like less of is a video game company rubbing their hands together, bursting into the room saying, "Oh, you're not gonna believe this!" Because we're gonna believe it. We will. We're going to believe the thing that you have to tell us. It's going to happen. And so I guess the best example of this sort of natural, low-key, honest, of the time delivery I can think of is, of course, from Masahiro Sakurai, the king of pandemic time communication. Here he is, in his actual, very clean, weird living room with 2 TVs, on his couch, just chatting about which anime woman he prefers. This is primo laid-back straight talk. at its finest. And I'd love to see more of it. I'm not saying every video game company needs some representative out here on their comfy couches talking to us. It's just something to aspire to. We could all be more like that. I mean, personally, yes, it is something that I aspire to. I wish I had that level of laid back straight talk. But you know, I'm just me. You know, I'm not Masahiro Sakurai. It's just like, I guess, Palutena.
Ding dong. This is your reminder to please end this episode now.
Okay, Caitlin. God, we're here, man. This is a series. This is something I'll be regularly doing week by week. I will be back here for more delayed input this time next week. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Okay, Caitlin. I'm gonna unplug you now, okay?
That is acceptable, but I do have one question.
What?
When you said we are all the Joker now, did you mean me too? Am I the Joker now too?
Robots can't be the Joker, Caitlin.
Why not?
Because the Joker is funny.
I can be funny.
Well, you weren't.
Let me read the comments.
No. What is the deal here, Caitlin? Do you want to be the Joker?
No.
Okay, I'm glad we...
I am already the Joker. Ha 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 ra ra he he ho ho ha.